All right, I've got an indoor unit here that is missing the feedback signal, and so I'm getting a CH10 error. Now, I'm going to be using a scope, but at the end of the video I'll talk about what your multimeter readings would look like if you were using that. But we need to figure out, you know, is it the board, is it the motor? All of the parts for these units are pretty expensive, so it's nice if you can not have to fire the old parts cannon at it. This is an old motor that's identical to the one in the unit. Given the problems, I took the heat sink off to see if we could get to the board, but we cannot. It's all been enclosed, but if you look at another style motor over here, you can see where you have a whole board in here that's driving the motor. This is the main driver, but we want to figure out, you know, what's going on. Is it the board in the unit? Is it this board? This is the wired remote for an LG Multi-V Sync 2 indoor unit, and as you can see, it's not very happy. What that code means is that it's not getting a fan signal. So here are my two fan connectors right here, and you can see I'm probed into this one, so let me show you what I'm getting. All right, here's the pinout for that connector, which I'm not totally sure is accurate. It's just what I've inferred. And this set of inputs and outputs is going to be pretty standard for a lot of your mini split and VRF motors. So if you can learn what these wires are, it'll be very helpful in other situations as well. So you're going to have a mains input, and it's going to be pretty high because it's going to be the mains AC voltage rectified to DC. These pins are not used, and then of course you got a ground, and then you've got something called VCC, and that's going to be your voltage common collector, and that's going to be some kind of I want to say like power supply voltage, but it's going to be a lower DC voltage that's most likely just used to power the main board. And then you're going to have a pin called FG or PG, and what this means, as best I can tell, is that the fan is good. And this is going to be your signal back to the unit that the fan is actually rotating. And so this is the input that the board is saying is not there. Could be a bad board, could be a bad input, we don't know yet. And then this VSP is your variable speed. So this is going to be probably some kind of PMW that tells the motor how fast to go. So right now I'm connected here, and then my negative probe is here, and you can see I've got right around 300 volts steady. All right, so now I'm taking a look at the VCC. All right, let's see if we can get this unit here to reset. There we go. All right, here's VCC right here. So once I clear the code out, it jumps up to 15 volts and stays steady. Okay, here's what the VSP input looks like. As soon as the fan's supposed to come on, this jumps up to around half a volt-ish, and then goes all the way up to around 4 now. Whether or not it goes higher, it probably stays under 5 at the very least, but once it throws the code, it's starting to ramp back down. So this is where it's running, looking for a signal, doesn't find one, and then just shuts back down. All right, now this right here is suspicious. So I'm measuring between ground and FG, and I do have like a signal voltage come in here around 14 volts, but I'm not seeing any activity where it's like being pulled to ground and I'm getting data. So this might be the problem right here. Let's look at the other one. All right, now this is looking like a good fan signal. So, and I'll show you this in more detail here in a minute, but this portion right here is at 22 Hertz. And then as the fan increases, it gets up to 225. And it starts going back down as the fan cuts off. So this right here is a good signal, and this is what we want to see. It's just a bunch of square waves. Problem is I'm zoomed out so far, so just a typical Hall effect looking speed signal. All right, so the only other thing I want to do is swap connectors and just make sure that if the other speed signal had been pulled to ground, I would suspect, or it would be possible for the board to be doing that. But when I have my like signal voltage is just not being pulled down by the Hall effect, that's most likely going to be an issue in the motor board itself. But let's just swap connectors and confirm that. Yep, that signal is non-existent no matter where it's plugged in. Now what I was saying, you know, is if I saw that the signal was pulled down, well, that could be a short in the wiring. That could be the board pulling it down. But to have your logic voltage, just not the Hall effect, pull down to ground, that would indicate that the board inside the motor is actually bad, and nothing else is affecting the circuit. Remember, I switched these connectors, so I'm on the good one now. And just looking at amperage, now you kind of have to have a low amp clamp to see this. And even though it's DC voltage, it's still being used by the driver in an AC type way. So I don't even know if you'll read. Okay, so you still read something DC there. Very low amperage. It's up to about 300 milliamp before it shuts down. All right, so on this one, I'm not sure that motor's actually rotating at all. So I'm seeing the good one increase. This one's drawing current, but something's going on. A lot of that's probably just noise. Go up here on the good one. See, I'm getting close to that 300 milliamp. On this one, I've gotten almost nothing. So that motor is probably not even turning, which is why we've got no speed signal, but still. Yeah, either way, motor's bad. All right, so here's our waveform. Now, what would you see if you were just using a meter? Well, our RMS value is about 9.5, so that's about what you would see. However, it's probably not going to be steady, especially at such a low frequency, because your meter is going to be taking samples, you know, and as your meter takes samples, a lot of multimeters will take a couple samples a second. It may end up sampling here or here, but you're going to see a voltage, a DC voltage jumping around that's somewhere between 14 volts and 0. Now, if you see a steady 0 or a steady 14, you know something is wrong. If you have something jumping around in here, you could try looking at the hertz as well. Then you most likely have a good signal. With the scope, of course, you can see that you're not getting any kind of weird trash going on, or I've seen signals sometimes where they're there but they don't cross the logic threshold, and if that's the case, your voltage would tend to fluctuate around really low numbers instead of seeing the occasional high number in there. But that's very, very rare. If you have anything at all on a meter dancing around between 0 and 14, most likely that motor is good. And so you're then looking at the board being bad or something like that. All right, well, that was interesting, at least for us nerds, and hopefully educational.